The Daily Compliance News for October 23, 2025, the Stay in Your Lane edition. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is the only daily podcast which curates 4 top compliance, ethics, and/or corruption stories for your listening and viewing pleasure if you're watching this on YouTube. The lead story today comes from an outlet called EURactiv, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, which reports that European Parliament prosecutors and investigators told Belgian prosecutors to stay in their lane on corruption probes, that the EU didn't want Belgium investigating the alleged bribery by Huawei, even though it had bags of cash involved. So stay in your lane, Belgium. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, more details on BCG and how they're going to try to deal with the continued fallout from their controversy around their work in Gaza. And we reported yesterday that they had replaced their chief risk officer. Well, today there are more information from the Wall Street Journal on the formalized guidelines and how BCG will work with humanitarian groups going forward and the restrictions they put in place for work in active conflict zones. Leaders inside the firm said they're also working to reinforce the evaluation approval process for social impact work. So it sounds like policies and procedures and hopefully some controls will be put in place given this disaster for BCG. Next up from the Financial Times, how employers can prevent AI work slop. Poorly generated content underlines the need for clear policies and increased monitoring of technology. Describing work as slop and sludge is not ideal feedback, but those terms are warnings to employers about the risks and limitations of content generated by AI. It's a new form of automated sludge in organizations, and while many executives are championing AI tools, some of the technology may not be at or where they want it to be going forward. So employers need to be prepared for the potential harm of corporate reputations, but also poor internally AI-generated content can result in bloated reports with mangled meanings, excessive verbiage, and creating additional work to decipher. And a final story comes to us from the ultimate conflict of interest, as Donald Trump says he's owed $230 million by the United States because they investigated him. Yes, and he wants a payout. Now, who decides this? Well, obviously, President Trump is in charge of everything, so you might say he decides it. But no, it's the Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, beholden to one Donald J. Trump, and the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche. So no conflict of interest here in the middle of a crisis, and they're going to give Trump money. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.